Let's talk about Laphroaig single malt Scotch whisky. Laphroaig was founded in 1815 by Donald Johnson, and it has an extremely medicinal and smoky flavour profile. This is how it was legally imported into the United States of America during Prohibition, due to its high iodine hospital disinfectant aroma. It was passed off as medicinal. What makes a single malt Scotch whisky? It must be made in a copper pot still. It must be made and aged and bottled in Scotland, and it must be made from 100% malted barley. It also must be aged for a minimum of 3 years and bottled at a minimum of 40%. Let's talk about the family of Laphroaig, starting with the iconic 10-year-old. The 10-year-old is aged for a minimum of 10 years in an ex-bourbon cask. It has an extremely smoky flavour profile, very, very salty, and it also has a slight iodine, almost disinfectant note to it. Quarter cask starts its life off exactly the same as the 10-year-old, aged in an ex-bourbon cask for approximately 7 years. It is then taken out of the cask and the barrel is broken down. They remove 7 of the staves, which are the pieces of wood that make up the barrel, and then rebuilt approximately half the size, coming back between 115 to 125 litres. The whisky is then put back in and finished for a further 7 to 9 months, which imparts a really beautiful, soft vanilla note, which dances across the palate with that DNA of intense smoke, salt and iodine. Now onto the select cask. This is, without a doubt, our most ambitious expression to date. It is aged in ex-bourbon casks, ex-quarter casks, ex-Oloroso sherry casks, ex-Pedro Jimenez sherry casks, and married together in a Quercus alba American white oak virgin cask that's had nothing in it. This really helps to marry and bond these flavours together.
So let's have a taste. Laphroaig 10-year-old. It's big, it's punchy, smoke, peat, seaweed, and the quarter cask. So much flavour, but velvety smooth edges. So much more vanilla from the direct contact that the liquid has with the barrel. And the select cask, a little bit softer, more complex, but still quintessentially Laphroaig. A really good starting point if you want to try the Laphroaig range.
So here are some key points to remember about the Laphroaig family. It's a unique single malt Scottish whisky produced on the island of Islay. It uses Hebridean peat to smoke its barley. It's non-chill filtered to retain as much flavour as possible.